na ang masabi lang niya, nagkita lang doon sila sa Baguio. So, sa akin as Chief of Police at dati investigator, hindi man kadali ganon na mag-file tayo ng complaint sa isang dala lang ang pangalan. Kaya I doubt at first na talagang hindi totoo yon, pero as Chief of Police na mag-file lang ng complaint, endorsement doon sa department, sa institution na yun ang talagang papuntahan, hanggang doon na ako. No? But as I've said, na I doubt, kaya nagsabi ako sa kanya na the truth will set her free. And when in fact, kinamayan ko si ma'am right after sa Senate ko natandaan ni ma'am, pinuntahan ko siya na naghingi ako ng sorry. Sorry talaga ma'am, but the truth will set you free. Doon lang sa akin, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Can I say something, Your Honor? If I may.
Congressman Teves.
Former Senator Laila de Lima, ma'am, yun po ba ang gusto mong ipaalam o gusto mong mangyari na sabihin? Ano ba talaga po ang gusto mong sabihin kay Colonel Espinido na magsabi siya ng totoo?
Senator.
Okay. Nasagot na po niya ng konti, partially, yung gusto ko sanang marinig sa kanya. Na sinasabi niya na the truth shall set you free. Yes, nasabi niya po sa akin yan. So ang ibig pong sabihin noon ay yung mga sinabi nila noon during the Senate inquiry ay hindi totoo. Ayaw lang niyang aminin. Ang gusto ko po sana na marinig sa kanya, yung sinabi ni Mr. Kerwin Espinosa during the last hearing na kinausap silang tatlo ni then PNP Chief Bato de la Rosa, now Senator, na ayusin yung mga testimonya nyo para nagkakatugma-tugma. Although I think Colonel Espinido will remember na kahit nga ganun na yung kanilang naging guidance or instruction from then PNP Chief Bato de la Rosa, hindi pa rin naging tugma yung kanilang mga sinabi during the Senate inquiry. Kasi in the first place, yung kilala ba ni Mr. Espinido, si Ronnie Dayan, kilala ba ni Kerwin Espinosa, si Ronnie Dayan, sabi ni Kerwin Espinosa, na-meet daw niya si Mr. Ronnie Dayan through Colonel Espinido. Pero alam niya po yan, alam niya ni Colonel Espinido na hindi po totoo yan. Yung sinasabi about yung nagkita sa Burnham Park, yung pinakita po nilang supposed evidence of my alleged involvement in the illegal drug trade of Mr. Kerwin Espinosa ay yung picture na yan na pinapakita na mukha ngang nasa Burnham Park. Ang mukha ngang nagkita kami doon o na whatever, yung hindi ko alam kasi hindi ko naman siya kilala nung minute ko siya o na-meet ko sa Burnham Park kasi ang dami pong nagpapapicture doon. So the first time that I saw Mr. Kerwin Espinosa was nung nag-appear na siya sa Senate inquiry. Yun po sana yung gusto kong malinawan sa kanya. Tama ba yun? Sinabi ni Kerwin Espinosa na actually kinausap silang tatlo para maging tugma-tugma yung kanilang script.
Mr. Chair, may I ask Colonel Espinido to respond sa sinabi ni former Senator de Lima? Kasi unang-una, sa nakikita ko po na pag-uusap ngayon, parang lumalabas, isa po sa mga players, si Colonel Espinido sa pagkakakulong ni Senator de Lima. Dahil yung mga, as a Chief of Police, tama po kayo, nagbe-base po kayo sa mga testimonya. Pero, ibig sabihin, alam nyo, yung testimonya ng mga binibase nyo is may kunting mali na hindi tama. Dahil, bakit kayo kakausapin ni Senator De La Rosa, the former Chief PNP, na hindi tugma-tugma ang inyong mga testimonya kung hindi kayo bumubuo ng isang kwento?
Thank you, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Ang una, sinabihan ako ni General Bato na involved ng drugs, tumatanggap kay Kerwin before the Senate. nung sa Senate na, hindi na ako nirecognize ni Kerwin na nakatanggap ng 20,000. Even in his affidavit, dalawa, wala ako o hindi ako nakasali. And tatlong senator natandaan ko na nag-cross sa kanya na nagsasabi nga siya na si Sir Espinido, hiningian ko ng bank account but ang reply, Bible verse lang. Okay na yon. Pero nadali din ako sa pagdala ni Kerwin ng pangalan ko na ako daw ang dahilan na makilala niya si Dayan. At the time, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, nagvoluntary ako pagbigay sa Senate ng cellphone ko. Na ma-check lang na may number si Dayan sa cellphone ko. Resign ako kaagad. Wala na, nag-wave na ako agad, walang abogado, sinabi ko. Kasi hindi yun makapagtanggi tayo or makapagsinungaling kung nandyan talaga ang cellphone ni Dayan sa cellphone ko. Kung kilala kami ni Dayan, talagang may number ako sa kanya. Doon na nagsalita ang Senate na nagsasabi tayo ng totoo. Kasi bakit matakot tayo, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, na totoo man ang sinabi ko na never din na si Senator Bato, dati Chief PNP Bato, na magsabi sa akin na okay, yon ang ginawa niyo tatlo, gawin niyo tatlo para magkakaisa yung testimony. Hindi kasi hindi ako sang-ayon lahat kung ano ang isabi sa akin ng senior officer ko. As long na legal yan, okay sa akin. Makikita naman, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, na ako sinali nga. And I am one also a victim sa sali-sali lang sa lista ng drugs. Nilagyan pa ng high value target si Espinido. So, kaya ako magsasabi din na siguro yung mga lista hindi totoo yun kasi ako nga biktima sa mga sinungaling nilagay ni Senator Bato. Thank you, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, hindi kaya nilagay yung pangalan mo dahil hindi ka na sumusunod sa gusto nila sa bandang huli?
That's one of the reason, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Ilan po ba ang napatay nyo nung panahon sa war on drugs?
Sa war on drugs sa Albuera, ni isang namatay sa Albuera. Sa Ozamis, sa 2 taon ko may siyam. Sa 2 taon. Sa Bacolod, never ni isa na namatay sa war against illegal drugs. Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Ilan ang nakuha mong reward?
Kung reward lang, matandaan ko, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, kasi may resolution ang Ozamis, si Mayor Aldong Parhuinog at the time, na kung may makahuli ang pulis ng isang malaking drug poster, may 100,000 na ibigay from the local government unit. So nakakuha kami ng 600,000. Nakatanggap together with the presence of the MILGO na nandoon na ako ang tumanggap ng pera at saka plaque of appreciation na nakahuli tayo ng worth of 600,000 na binigay ng local government unit sa PNP ng Ozamis, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, di ba pinag-uusapan natin yung reward system na sinabi ni Colonel Garma? Di ba sabi niyo may napatay kayong mga sa war on drugs? Ang tanong ko ngayon, ilan yung galing sa national na pera ang natanggap mo para sa war on drugs? Hindi yung galing sa lokal.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, siguro sa Ozamis, to tell you the truth, no? Maski tanungin niyo si Sir Bato ngayon kung saan siya. Never nakabigay si Senator Bato na sa akin ng ₱1 since sa pag-upo niya nakasama kami. Never. Lalo na yung reward, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, kaya siyempre, sikreto na yon. Bakit hindi ako pagbigyan? Hindi ako binigyan niya ng legal na suporta naman lang na pagbigyan ako na, Joby, may pampliti mo na lang ng pang-airplane. Magpunta ako ng Krame, Your Honor, Mr. That's the truth. Ano na nangyari?
Thank you
Your time
very
is
much,
up,
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Teves. Your time is up.
Thank you.
Please wrap up. Okay. Thank you, Congressman Teves. So the last interpellator before we shift to another resource person for today is Congresswoman Arlene Brosas. You have 10 minutes.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Very, very short lang, Mr. Chair. I have 2 questions, Mr. Chair. The first one is for Senator Laila De Lima. Yung RA 9851 po, May prosecution na ba dito niyan?
Mr. Chair, Your Honors, as far as I know, there's none yet.
Yan. Kaya nyo po minimension yung RA 9851 ay sa pagkakaalam ko because of the Section 17, tama?
Yes, one of those, yes.
Oo. In the interest of justice, the relevant Philippine authorities may dispense with the investigation or prosecution of a crime punishable under this act if another court or international tribunal is already conducting the investigation or undertaking the prosecution of such crime. Instead, the authorities may surrender or extradite suspected or accused persons in the Philippines to the appropriate international court, if any, or to another state pursuant to the applicable extradition laws and treaties. So yun po, parang dahil doon, maaari ito ang maging legal basis para yung akusado ay pwede talaga ma-extradite. And we'll go through the process of the ICC.
Yes, although as you said, maaari, because the law, the provision speaks of may. So it's not something that is mandatory. So it all depends on the relevant Philippine authorities kung gusto nilang ganyan.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, yung second question ko po ay kay Attorney Maria Cristina Conti. Attorney, Mr. Chair, yung gusto nating malaman, bakit yung mga biktima, they would want na sa ICC magsampa ng kaso? Bakit, 'di ba? Bakit kasi walang walang domestic case eh. So bakit 'yon ang pinili ng mga biktima?
Mr. Chair, the timing of the filing of the complaint or the communications before the ICC is also one point to consider. We filed it in 2018 at the height of the Duterte administration and at the height of the killings. First, one of the reasons is that there's presidential immunity for domestic suits. Second, there is complicity of politicians and people in power. There were high officials were complicit in the crimes as suspected. And in fact, they even had officials in the IAS installed. Attorney Triambulo, whom I have identified as one of those appointed by Duterte, so that he could shield officials or police officers from liability. Also, there was security considerations for the victims who may themselves be the subjects of Tokhang operations. Politically, it was not conducive to file any criminal charges in the Philippines regarding the war on drugs at that time, because there was also a refusal of the government to consider this as a systematic attack on the people. Until today, actually, the investigation center on individual crimes, and that the working theory, I guess, for the Philippine government is that these are rogue police officers who just violated protocol. And so for us, in the interest of justice, as was mentioned, the ICC at that time was an effective remedy. This was also in the context of the killings of lawyers and judges who in any way was involved in any drug-related cases. Also logistically, and this is different from, this is logistically different from investigations in the Philippines. At the ICC, you file communications, and for the ICC at one point they said they received 53 communications. They tend to look at all these communications all together before starting with an investigation and eventually trial. In the Philippines, you would have to have built a case, and if there were many victims, they would have filed separate charges in different places, and it would be a nightmare to consider them all. So before the International Criminal Court, the Philippine situation is under review, and there is no case yet, but it is under one investigation for all acts of widespread and systematic killings, in the acts of murder and other inhumane acts, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think nakuha ko po yung gusto kong marinig doon kasi parang hindi talaga level playing field dito sa Pilipinas. And second, hindi pwedeng imbestigahan nila yung mga perpetrators, yung sarili nila. So, Mr. Chair, that's it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you,
Chair.
Congresswoman
Mr. Chair.
Brosas.
Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Before we
very
go
quick.
to the other, can I just ask for clarification dito kay Kenneth Pinido, Mr. Chair?
Okay, you're recognized, Congressman Abante.
Colonel, it was under your watch na napatay si Mayor Navarro and Mayor Spinit and Mayor Paroyunog, di ba?
Mayor Espinosa, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Pero nung napatay si Mayor Parahinog, sino ang station commander nun sa Osamis?
Ako ang sa Ozamis, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so
search
therefore-
warrant ng CIDG.
So therefore, nung panahon mo, napatay si Parohinog at si Navarro.
Hindi, si Navarro, si Mr. Si Mayor Paruhino
napatay.
ang sa Ozamis.
It was under your command at
Yes,
that time.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Oo. So yun nabigay sa iyo ng 600,000.
Si Juan, hindi pa yun nangyari, Mr. Chair, yung pag-operasyon sa application sa search warrant kay Mayor Paruhinog. Mga 4 months, 3 months, mag-umpisa ako sa Ozamis. Si Mayor Paruhinog mismo, Mr. Chair, bigay ng reward.
Nung napatay si Mayor Parahinog, napatay siya under your watch, di ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Nakatanggap ka ba ng reward money?
Wala
Wala.
wala. Kay kasi din kay Mayor Paruhinog, Mr. Chair, sa illegal possession of firearms at saka hindi application ko sa CIDG yon na
Alin yun?
CIDG ang applicant sa search warrant, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
So
hindi sa akin.
Hindi drugs.
Hindi, sa illegal possession of firearms, Mr. Chair.
Ang inaano ko, nakakalito kasi nung napatay si Mayor Parahinog, ikaw ang station commander nung Osamis, di ba?
Yes.
Oh, sa drugs
Mr.
din
Chair.
yun, correct?
Ang sa kay Mayor Paruhinog, sa title sa search warrant, hindi sa drugs, Mr. Chair.
Ay, hindi. So, sinong nag-utos sa'yo na patayin si Mayor Parahinog?
Hindi naman nag-utos, Mr. Chair. Sorry to say that because first, ang applicant, ang officer responsible sa implementation ng search warrant ay ang CIDG. As
Oo.
Chief of Police ng Ozamis, nag-assess kasi area ko ang target, no, yung si Mayor Paruhinog. So nagkataon na kami ang nandyan assign, so sinama ng CIDG as applicant ng search warrant, Mr. Chair.
At nanlaban si Parahinog kaya napatay.
Oh, doon sa implementation kasi nabiruan, may natamaan din kami, investigator ko, Mr. Chair, sa first burst of fire ng pagpunta na namin sa bahay. That is a simultaneous for 6 na search warrant na na-implement doon sa Paruhinog na
Hindi ba
siblings.
si Mayor Navarro napatay din?
Si Navarro namatay sa Cebu yun,
Cebu.
Mr. Chair. Oh, sa Bacolod na ako na-assign.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yun lang.
Thank you, Congressman Abante.
Mr. Chair.
Congresswoman Jinky Luis.
Very quick.
Very quickly.
I was listening to the interpellation of the Honorable Teves, and I want to clarify for the record the answers of Colonel Espinido. Colonel, were you the one who introduced Kerwin to Ronnie Dayan? Yes or no?
No, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Before the Senate investigation, have you personally known Senator Laila de Lima? Yes or no?
Yes,
How?
Your Honor. Na siya naging head ng CHR, Commission on Human Rights, when I was assigned in Leyte. Nagpunta pa nga si Ma'am sa Samar, kung natandaan niya, sa Samar. Pagkatapos, naging DOJ, Secretary, nag-run for senators, senator din si Ma'am.
In relation to her alleged involvement in drug operation, have you known Senator De Lima before the Senate investigation? Yes or no?
Sa drugs, hindi.
Yes or no?
No, Your Honors.
Before the Senate investigation, have you known Kerwin Espinosa? Yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
How?
That he is involved in illegal drugs together with his father.
But in relation to the alleged transaction with Senator Laila De Lima, have you known Kerwin Espinosa before the Senate investigation?
I don't know. Your
Yes
Honor.
or no?
No, Your Honor.
Before that Senate investigation, Colonel Espinido, in relation to the alleged involvement of Senator De Lima, have you known Ronnie Dayan?
No, Your Honor.
There's also a testimony coming from Kerwin Espinosa that you and him were instructed to talk with each other to make sure that your testimonies against Senator De Lima is consistent. Do you confirm this? Yes or no?
I confirm, Your Honor.
With your answers to my questions, Colonel Espinido, this afternoon, are you retracting all the testimonies that you gave against Senator De Lima during that Senate investigation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Jinky. Okay, we'd like to thank former Senator Laila De Lima for accepting our invitation to become one of our resource person for today. And we will now move to another resource person that we invited. And we'd like to ask Congressman Dan Fernandez to introduce to the committee the next witness.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mr. Chairman, before Chairman Dan will proceed, are we now excusing former Senator De Lima?
Not yet.
If Senator Laila De Lima would wish to stay and remain as a observer of this hearing, you may do so, and we will welcome that. But if you wish to be excused, you will be excused.
Madam,
Thank you,
Mr.
Your
Chair.
Honor.
Mr.
Thank you,
Chair,
Your Honor. I can
think the
stay for a
present-
little while and then I'll just leave if I need to leave.
Okay.
If I may, Mr. Chair, the presence of former Secretary Laila De Lima is so important to us, considering that later on we'll be asking GM Garma a lot of things about the reward system, and it might be we all know that it's corroborating the reward system that was mentioned by GM Garma and the former senator, and we haven't asked yet questions kay GM Garma. We will be tackling, Mr. Chairman, the issue of the killing of Antonio Tony Halili of Tanawan, where GM Garma have mentioned certain personalities in the PNP, and this might involve the reward system that was mentioned by both resource persons. So it is imperative for us to let Senator De Lima to stay a little bit more, Mr. Chairman.
Well, as she stated in her reply to the chair, when we ask her if she wants to stay, she can stay and be an observer, or if she wants to be excused, she will be excused. So that is clear, Your Honor. So now we proceed with the next witness in our committee hearing today. Congressman Dan Fernandez, please introduce your witness.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. GM Garma, you remember the last time that we asked you about the story of Mr. Tony Halili? You mentioned a certain name from the PNP, a certain, during that time, he was a major, Kenneth Albotra. You remember that?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
And you mentioned that it was nabida or na-mention sa iyo yung pangalan ni Antonio Halili na kasama siya doon sa nag-operate kay Mr. Tony Halili. Am I right?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman, the reason why this representation would like to discuss this matter, because in the last hearing, we invited those personalities that were allegedly involved on this killing of Mr. Tony Alili, Mayor Tony Alili. And also, Mr. Chairman, during that hearing that we have conducted, I asked Chairman Benny Abante to ask about the issue of what happened to Mayor Cesar Perez of Los Baños. Mayor Cesar Perez, oo, ng Los Baños, na kung saan siya po ay namatay din by these personalities, allegedly, according to this witness that we have invited, na same personalities that were involved in the killing of Tony Halili were also involved in this killing of Mayor Cesar Perez. And we invited these resource persons. And as a matter of fact, ay nandiyan po siya sa loob at magbibigay po siya ng testimony sa atin under oath. And at the same time, he executed an affidavit doon sa mga pangyayari na kung saan allegedly, according to him, naging biktima siya ng EJK sapagkat siya ang naging fall guy. Siya ang kinulong sa loob halos ng 7 buwan, subalit siya ay walang kasalanan. So, there are those victims of EJK that were killed. And there are those who were victim of EJK who suffered, like kay former senator. And this person, a former councilor of the municipality of Los Baños, contacted this representation in order to hear him out doon sa mga pangyayari sa kanila. And at first, hindi po tayo naniwala because we wanted to verify, no, yung mga stories that he mentioned to us. But as it goes, nakita po natin yung mga evidences that he presented. And now, Mr. Chairman, siguro it is up to the body to scrutinize or to find out and to ferret the truth out of this. It is, I think, incumbent upon us to find out the truth about these 2 killings that happened in Batangas and also in Laguna. Not to mention the issue that was mentioned sa akin ni Congressman Paduano na sniper din po ang tumira. And even the story of Congressman Luistro sa Batangas na sniper din po ang tumira. Sa Batangas, sa Laguna, sa Negros, and any other part pa ng ating bansa, this might be the template that they used. So let us listen. Huwag muna natin judge. Tingnan mo muna natin. And all those PNP officials that we have invited, Mr. Chairman, this representation would like to invite. I think they are here. Si Colonel Kenneth Albotra.
Present.
Can you kindly sit?
Have you taken your oath, Colonel Alboltra?
Sir, good afternoon, sir. I am Police Captain Kenneth Albotra, sir, and I have taken my oath already, sir.
Okay. Can we ask the Bureau of Jail personnel to please take the seat first, whatever vacant seat we can find here, so that we can use the chairs that we have reserved for the resource person on this particular witness. Wag po kayo muna nga alis at kailangan po kayo mamaya. So, who are we asking to sit?
And also, Mr. Chairman, we have invited also Colonel Brian Dexter Andulan.
Colonel Andulan, can you please take the seat? Colonel Andulan.
And also Colonel Raycon Ganduque, former Chief of Police ng Los Baños, and also the former Chief of Police of Los Baños, Atot Castillo, and also PD Petalio, of former Provincial Director of Laguna as well.
Colonel, have you both taken your oaths already? Okay, so what about that gentleman over there? What is your name? What is your name? Yes? No, the gentleman beside you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, Your Honor. CTO3 Harabe from Bucor.
From Bucor. Okay, sige. Sino pa? Okay, may I ask you to please take the seat first for a while on the other side of the hall so we can ask the resource persons invited for this particular witness to take the seat in front of us. So lahat po kayo ay nakapag-oath na, no? Kayo po lahat. Okay. Salamat. Okay, please continue. Congressman Fernandez.
Yes, we have also invited, Mr. Chairman, the former councilor of Los Baños to be a part of this committee hearing. So can we invite him to stand up? And
Okay, Comsec, please administer the oath of Mr. Tamesin, former councilor Tamesin.
Sir, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in these public inquiries? I hope you, God. Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. The oath has been administered, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have a lawyer with you, Councilor Tamesin? So,
No, Your Honor.
do you need a lawyer?
Hindi na po.
Oh, sige. So, have you executed your affidavit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ito bang affidavit na ito, ay ikaw, pirma mo ba to? Ito?
Hindi po yan.
Oo nga pala. Asan na yun? Yung kay Tamesin. Tamesin. Oh. Ito. Pwede bang malaman ano yung full name mo, Councilor Tamesin?
Ako po si Norvin Lantican Tamisin.
Okay. Ito po ba ang iyong sinumpaang salaysay?
Opo.
Ito, wala ka pang pirma rito. Ikaw ba ay...
Yung hawak ko po, meron po. Bali, maraming kopya po yun.
sige.
if we allow the resource person, Mr. Chairman, to state or narrate the sinumpaan salaysay, you may do so, no?
Opo, Your Honor.
That will form part of your yung testimony mo in your affidavit. So, Mr. Chairman, may we allow him to tell this story, being the a resource person and who happens to be the suspect on the killing of Mayor Cesar Perez, and you were jailed for 7 months,
Yes, Your Honor.
and now you are released.
Yes, Your Honor.
Na-release ka on bail.
On bail po.
So, na-release ka. So,
Yes, Your Honor.
meaning, ba't ka na-release? Mahina ka kaso or what?
We filed a petition for bail and it was approved.
Okay, siguro. Let's start from the start siguro. So, since you are under oath at wala pa kaming nakukuwang affidavit mo na pirmado, so you tell your story and narrate to this committee your side of the story. Go ahead.
Ako po si Norvin Lantican Tamisin. Naging konsyal po ng Bayan ng Los Baños for 12 years. Independent, 2013 and 16 po, nahalal bilang independent at number 1 councilor po ng aming bayan. Natapos po ang aking termo ng 2019, June 30. At ako po ay isang human resource practitioner at isang professor po. So bumalik po ako sa pribadong buhay. Noong December 3, ako po ay nasa garden ng aking kaibigan dahil mahilig po akong mag-alaga ng bonsai. Nagtitinda rin po sa pamamagitan ng pagtuturo ng kaibigan ko si Mr. Emmanuel Mapili. Mula po alas 5 hanggang madaling araw ay nandun po kami Nakipagkwentuhan, nakauwi na po ng pasado 2:00. Nagulat na lang po ako, nalaman ko na pinatay daw po si Mayor Perez. That was December 3, 2020 po, Your Honor. Umalingaw nga ako dahil si Mayor Perez po, at that time, based on reports, he was included in the narco list from the original list. Kami naman po ay siyempre nababasa lang, ngunit hindi ko po nakikita. In honor of the late Mayor Perez, hindi ko po alam. Nagulat na lang po ako, naglabasan sa news na ako pala po ay nahabla. Samantalang wala naman po akong kaalam-alam doon. Sa nasabing habla, sinasabi nila na nakita daw po ako within the vicinity sa tapat ng 7-Eleven. Wala naman po ako doon. Ang masakit po nito, may nagturo na isang bogus witness na nakita daw niya ako. Kaya nung ma-file yung case, sa kanilang reklamo ay merong video pero hindi po nila isinumite at hindi rin ho kami nabigyan ng kopya. Habang naka-file, marami pong maaligid sa bahay, laging tanong ng tanong, alam ko po mga pulis yun, nakasibilyan. Minabuti po ng pamilya ko na umalis muna po ako. At napagdesisyonan ko upang hindi naman po sila madamay. Dahil alam ko po, malaki ang posibilidad na itutumba nila ako para maging case closed. Kaya lumayo po ako pero hindi po ako nagtago. Naglipat-lipat lang ako at nakikita naman po ko dahil kung sakaling ako itutumba, wag na lang madamay ang pamilya ko. May mga anak din naman ako eh. Nagulat ako, nahuli nila ako sa Baguio, pero hindi po ako nagtago. Dahil naglalakad lang po ako. Kung ako po ay magtatago, pupunta po ako ng ibang bansa. At magpapakalayo-layo ako, pero talagang haharapin namin, gusto lang namin malaman kung saan at kailan ko magagawa ng parang ipaglaban ng sarili ko. Nung ako po'y nahuli, naghihiring na nailabas yung video na kumakalat ho sa mga Facebook, sa mga messengers. Nagulat kami. Wala naman ako sa video. Kung nailabas lang po yun ng mga pulis na siyang gumawa ang Task Force Perez, ang PNP Los Baños at that time, kung nilabas lang nila, hindi sana kami makakasuhan. Ang sinasabi nila, wala daw video na pwedeng pagkakilanlan ng salarin. Pero kung makikita mo, meron po. Meron. Sinama nila si Ginoong Glenn Arrieta na LCR head na galing ng civil service. I don't know the person personally. Sinasabi nila pinapaling daw ang video kaya walang makita. Pero bakit meron? Hindi ko pa kahabaan. Pero kaya po ako nagpunta dito sa inyong paanyaya. Dahil nung sinabi po ni Madam Colonel Garma na ang bumira daw po o pumatay ay ang team ni Major Albotra, nagsaliksik po ako ng mga videos. Nakita ko yung itsura, pangangatawan, parehong-pareho halos pagkakahawig ng nasa video na kumakalat sa Los Baños na hindi inilabas ng PNP sa korte na sinumiti kagad upang hindi sana kami nakasampahan ng kaso sa court. Paglabas unon, nakita ko pareho ng relo, halos pareho ng build, hard worker o nag-gym. Nakita ko pareho ng balikat, pareho ng gupit, nakasombrero, pareho ng binte, 5.56 mm ang ginamit, sniper din po. Sabi ko, bakit ho ganun? Your Honor, I thought the PNP is supposed to protect and serve the people. But I was denied of that privilege. I know not all, but a few of them are scalawags. because they keep on implicating, some of them keep on implicating innocent people just for them to prove that they have done something or to please their officers, whoever they are. Alam nyo, malaki ho nasira sa akin eh. Nabenta ko lahat ng mga ari-arian ko, pamilya ko, lumaban lang sa kasong to. You know how hard it is to hire a lawyer to defend yourself. Hindi mo alam kung saan ka pupunta kasi kalaban mo, mga naka-uniforme. Para lang matigil yung kaso, tutumba ka talaga. Kaya sabi ko, bakit pa ako matatakot? Inalis nyo na eh. May mga anak ako nabubuli sa school. Hindi ako nakakapagtrabaho because of that record. Ako po naman ay nakapagtapos din naman ng MBA sa Ateneo. Through scholarship, pinaghirapan ko. Ngayon may babalik niyo ba yung karangalan na sira sa akin, sa aking pamilya? I came here to find out the truth. To seek for the truth. Ngayon lang ako umiyak sa buong buhay ko. But we deserve the truth. The people of Los Baños deserve the truth. My family deserve the truth. Most especially my children. May anak din naman kayo. Sabi nga nung isa, iinog din ang buhay. Kahit lahat kayo nasa mga kapulisyahan, yung ibang mga bad eggs, makakarma din kayo. Tama naman. Gano'ng kasakit kayo nangyari kay Senator De Lima, 7 taon. Ako, 7 buwan. But regardless of the time, are we speaking of quantity? One day in jail is very hard. Even if you are guilty. What more if you're not guilty? I'm speaking on behalf of those people na namatay, na parusahan na walang kasalanan. Kung ikamamatay ko, itatanggapin ko kaysa naman sirang-sira pangalan ko. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I kept this for a long time. When I was inside, I keep on praying. That's the only thing that kept me alive aside from my family support and my relatives and friends. Pero hindi lahat ng tao makukulong kaya. Hindi lahat kaya. At hindi lahat may babalik ang ginawa nila. Your Honor, I can take things personally, regardless of how I feel. I always wanted to do the right thing. For 12 years, I have no record of corruption. I have no record of being an abusive public servant. Yes, I filed cases against those corrupt and abusive public officials because that is the mandate. Aside from being legal, it is a moral obligation on my part. When they're trying to set up a casino, I expose and try to stop it. When they're dumping the garbage at the creek of Makiling Forest Reserve, wherein the licit will go directly sa lawa ng lalawigan ng Laguna at mamamatay ang mga isda at yaman dagat, I expose and filed the necessary cases. When they're cutting the when they cut the 29 trees in Jamboree Los Baños, I tried to stop it because they're about to cut more 602 more trees. Your Honor, if this is what I deserve for fighting for what is right, and then so be it. But I'm not a killer. Even in my mind, I don't think of it. Hindi ko po yan magagawa. Wala po yan sa pagkatao ko, sa pamilya ko, sa lahi ko. Yes, I file cases, but I don't kill people. That's why I would like to take this opportunity, Your Honor. I did not kill him. I have no idea why my name was implicated in this case. As a matter of fact, even if I have reasons or compelling reasons, still I will not do it. Hindi ko po gagawin yan. Because I believe in the rule of law. Kaya nga po ako naghahable eh. Lahat po nagkakamali, pinipilit kong itama. Kung ayaw po, nakontra ako. Pag ayaw, I seek the help of the court, especially ombudsman, so that they will be the one to decide. And at the time when Mayor Perez was killed, I'm no longer a politician or public servant at that time. Nasa private life na po ako. Hindi po ako makikinabang kung sakali man. Hindi ko rin po magagawa. Bukod sa walang kapakinabangan, hindi po yan ang aking pagkatao. Kilala po ako ni Sir Dan, nanungkulan po yan sa Laguna. Nangahabla lang po ako. Pero hindi po ako napatay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. No? The only, I think, the crime or sin that you have committed is you're fighting against the mayor during that time. Because being the vice governor of the province of Laguna during that time, I know this fellow, Mr. Chairman. And si Mayor Perez was also a board member during that time da kami magkasama. Ako po ang vice governor nila. At we have talked about you, how you fought the administration of Mayor Perez then. But it was a fight that is natural on a democratic form of our government. And I was shocked to find out that you were involved during that time that I was the mayor of the city of Santa Rosa already. And you were implicated. Ang problem, Mr. Chairman, nakakalungkot lamang that those people in power in the PNP organization, nakakuha sila ng sketch nung tao na allegedly pumatay. Pero ang layo-layo naman sa muka nung former councilor ng Los Baños. And I really am shocked to find out why these people from the PNP have chosen you to be the poll guy. Actually, you were poll guy ka talaga, but we will establish that. We will establish, and we will give these people that we have invited the chance to prove that we are wrong. And the chismis, allegedly, that was received by former GM Garma was indeed a chismis. We will try to prove it now. Now, Mr. Chairman, allow me to show a video, no? Para makita po natin yung mga comparison between those being accused, those being manifested by GM Garma, that it was told to him by Major Albotra and now Colonel Albotra.
Do you have also
that
knowledge
he
about
was boasting, no? Naging boastful siya in telling GM Garma that grupo nila ang tumira kay Halili. And when this fellow saw our investigation during that time, he immediately called me and tried to compare what happened. And sabi ko, I will not believe right away. Give me story and give me evidences, because here in our Quadcom,